I have spent my working career on the trading floor. I like the excitement and the energy.
There's only one bottom line on Wall Street, and that bottom line is how much money you make.
This is one of the most stressful jobs on earth. You have stress every single second. Not everybody can survive.
Greed is ugly. Make as much money as you can so that you can get out of there before it turns you to the dark side. Boom. Take it. 50 bucks. Come on, take it out. Ah, 2 cents. Someone came. There we go. Boom. And I'm out. That was close. I made 20 bucks. It's been 19 minutes since the market has opened. So far, I've made $715 for the day. My best day, I made just around $350,000. I remember just sitting in my room for quite a while, just digesting it to make sure that this was real. My worst day was down 180,000. Hello? Yeah, that sounds good. Tonight I'm throwing a big ass rooftop party. You know, I invited about 100 people. We'll see how many people actually show up. Hopefully it turns into a Girls Gone Wild video. Here it goes. Now it's fading a little bit. I'm kind of long biased on this stock all day today. I'm gonna buy it on weakness because I think others will buy it on weakness. So, since that's a self-fulfilling prophecy, others are buying it on weakness, I'm buying it on weakness, it'll bounce a lot. I'm expecting big things today. You know, maybe not a $100,000 day, but we'll get up to 10 or 20,000.
My name is Ted Weisberg. My job description is one of floor trader, where I have been on the trading floor of the New York Stock Exchange for 38 years. I never thought when I was 29 years old that I'd still be there when I was 66. The stock market, or the stock exchange, is a giant auction market where buyers and sellers meet. Companies sell stock to raise capital so they can grow and expand their businesses. The stocks themselves are literally pieces of paper that represent ownership in those companies. And the companies sell the stock to the public to raise the money to run their businesses. And the stocks will go up and down as a direct reflection on a company's ability to, in fact, put that capital to good use. There are many facets of the stock exchange that I think are extremely important to the investing public. Number one is visibility. There is the tape, which we take for granted, which basically records every transaction that's taking place on the trading floor. And that tape that you see in California or in New York is the same tape that you would see in Hong Kong or Auckland, New Zealand. So transparency, I think, is key to investor confidence. You might not like the price, but you can see the price.
Да, босс. Ну что, мы едем. Ты малого заберешь? Да, мы уже подъезжаем к этому вот, к экзиту. Почему? 30 минут? А? Окей, хорошо. I grew up in Russia. In '93, I came to the States. I got my driver license, started driving a cab. And in 1995, I decided to go on Wall Street. I was a stockbroker for a few months, didn't really like it. And then I went to a day trading business, which actually I fell in love from the first day I ever went to the office. Day trader is considered to be the person who probably does more than 100 trades a month. We probably doing 500 to 1,000 trades a day. So we consider ourselves as a professional day traders, and there's maybe 10,000 people like we are. I always know when to get in, I always know when to get out. I think personally a lot of people cannot succeed in this business because just they're not disciplined enough. So today I'm gonna trade for our downtown office. We have two of them, Midtown and downtown. In 11 years that I've been in the day trading business, I would say I do know a lot of information. We take this chart, it's a gold chart. I cannot say that I would be too smart and short it right there. it would be a reason for it. But I know one thing for a fact. When the gold is collapsed, and it's a big, if this is a 25% downside, somewhere in this area, I would just be ready to buy. Somewhere in this area, I would be ready to buy. Yep, yeah, what's up? When you spend 11 years, every single day, 250 trading days a year, you're gonna start to understand what really is going on. At least you're gonna have a feel for it. Good luck to you too.
So I'm kind of in between appointments and I'm going to see a financial astrologer. I have no clue what to expect and I'm a little bit skeptical.
Hi, Sandy. How you doing? I'm glad you. Hey, glad you made it. Come on inside. I was a professional astrologer since 1967, and I started coming into the markets on October 20th, 1987, because we knew about the stock market crash a year in advance to the day. We're good at what we do.
Is there a good book to read for Wall Streeters?
Well, obviously, I would naturally recommend my own, which is Investing by the Stars. My mother said it was very good, and she understood it.
Okay. What you told me when I met you was that you're an astrologer.
Right, financial astrologer.
What exactly is that?
We basically look at planetary patterns and we correlate them to stock market activity.
How can that be correlated?
You know, remember, astrology is a mathematical science.
Is that really fair to say that it's a science because there's no way to really verify?
First of all, there are many ways. Science is a body of knowledge organized according to general principles. My background is in mathematics and psychology. And astrology is a mathematical psychology based on astronomy. So we take data like this, for example, which gave us information that the market would be down today, which is something you probably wouldn't know how to interpret. And then we put it together, and then we have an opinion about what the market's doing and when. And we sort of trade accordingly.
Do money managers actually come to you and ask you for a horoscope, and how much is that?
Well, first of all, we have clients that are everything from very wealthy individuals to fund managers where we think we normally can improve their performance 5 to 20%. What we charge depends on services. Like we have, for example, a company coming to me, and we're going to probably make them about $40 million. I'm trying to figure, and they're offering me maybe 100, 150, and I don't think I'm going to accept it. Not that 150,000 is not a lot of money, but we're going to make them $40 million.
That's huge.
That's right. So we're worth a lot. We're underpaid. I agree.
I didn't say that.
I said it.
Dead cat bounce. It sounds gross, but what it refers to is if a stock is sold off really sharply and then has a little bit of a bounce back up. As in, hey, don't buy into that dead cat bounce or you're going to end up as roadkill.
I come to the stock exchange trading floor a little after 9 every morning. My son is here. He's also a broker on the floor. As a member of the stock exchange, I come here to represent the clients of our firm, and in that capacity, I am their agent. The orders start coming, and they're buy orders and sell orders, and you're watching the tape, you're watching the news ticker. If you have sell orders and the market's going up, that's great. If you have buy orders and the market's going up, that's not so good, because that means everything becomes a little harder to buy. But the orders come, we go to the trading crowd, we will execute that order. It's all done electronically. It takes milliseconds, in fact, to complete it from the time we get it to the time the customer gets the report. And then, of course, you just keep moving, and hopefully you're going to be busy all day, and you really don't have time to think.
Oh, this stock is just heartbreaking. Oh, this is tough. I am down $28 on the day. This stock that I thought was going to be a strong stock has proven itself to be the exact opposite. Question is, how much pain can you handle and for how long? I can't handle that much pain. I don't like losing. This is a 15% drop in the NASDAQ, one of the largest drops in the past 10 years. And it's happened quick, so there is definitely a lot of fear in the market. This stock is tanking right now, and it's just going to get weaker because there it goes. As I'm talking, this thing dies. Hey, now I'm down 800 on the day.
Since 1999, I haven't had a losing month. Every month, I would take $1, $2, 50 cents, a penny, but it's always going to be green, it's always going to be above zero. That's the most important thing for me. Today is not going to be the day of losing. I have a very strict rules about it. If I'm down more than 15 or 20% from the top money that I make, I would probably stop trading for 30 minutes, just go outside, get some Dunkin' Donuts. If you learn how not to lose, you will be ending up making money. You know, at least if you learn how to invest properly, you can always make money on your money.
So if astrology provides so much insight, I would assume that you should have been able to accumulate great wealth.
You only get what's promised in your horoscope, so maybe it's not in my horoscope to be wealthy.
But you invest by the stars.
We don't foresee everything. Astrology is not the be-all and end-all. Astrology is the single best tool in the market, but doesn't do everything, and it's not a perfect science. If astrology was a perfect science, then every astrologer you know would be very rich, have a private Rolls-Royce and a private Learjet. Now, that's not the case, so obviously there's a little bit more involved. For example, if you were born 10 minutes earlier, you'd be a different person.
Do you feel that I'm a Taurus?
Do I feel you're a Taurus? I'd have to hold your hands and do some things we can't do on camera because this is not X-rated to know if you're really a Taurus. I usually tell people I don't guess height, I don't guess weight, and I don't guess signs, but I guess sex, which I do very well except in the West Village. Sometimes I have trouble there. Do you understand the joke? You should be laughing more. Okay. Mike, can you run off the natal chart? If you excuse me a second, I'll see if we can give you your forecast.
I have just completely flipped my strategy because this stock has been so weak. It wasn't just me that was thinking this is going to be a strong stock, so now everyone is kind of shell-shocked. And once it takes out the day low, a lot of people that are long this stock, that are betting that it's going higher, will look at this point and have their stop losses there. And if we can take out those stop losses, it's almost like surfing because you're really just riding the wave. Since you're betting that it's going down, you know all these orders are going to make it go down. There's no reason why this stock can't be down $3, $4, $5 a share today. Not taking out the level. Oh, took it out. 1,700 shares short. I'm in a bank right now. This is when you start to get cocky. Come on. Green for the day, baby. Yeah, big money. 55 bucks.
I have to say I'm much more comfortable with astrology in the personal realm rather than, predicting the markets with it.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what. Do something else. You can ask anything you like. I'll give you one question. You know how you get 3 wishes? I won't give you the 3 wishes.
Oh, yeah.
But I'll ask you one question, anything you want to know about anything. So what you do is hold on to this dice, the astrological dice. And I want you to think about the question. Okay, it can be any question you want. When you're thinking about the question, roll the dice. Okay, now I'm going to give you some general things. Okay, the answer here is Pisces, which means it's still a question. Venus, which could be about love or relationships. And 9th out of distance.
It is relationship related.
You want to be a little more specific, so I can give you a more specific answer?
No, I'm embarrassed.
Don't be embarrassed. We all have questions.
I'm just curious if it's going to work out.
Be idealistic about it and don't aim low.
Don't aim low?
Don't aim low. Just let your imagination be your guide and aim very high.
Yes, I'm single. And I'm going out with, prospects.
Mike, I need an astrocartography report for this charming lady. Oh, how lovely. Just so you know, you have Sagittarius rising in the galactic center, and you also have Moon in Virgo.
But that's all superficial. I'm just wondering, is there going to be a real substantial
Well, that's up to
relationship?
you. Remember, the stars impel, they do not compel. They just give you opportunities. It doesn't mean you don't take advantage of it.
Oh, I'm certainly the type who takes advantage of opportunities.
That's about it. I don't see more in the relationship in 2005, but you can be changing careers with
2006, you mean?
He did 2005 here. I'm sorry.
Why?
Well, actually, we'll have to. Mike! Whoop. Mike! Why'd we do this for 2005? Just give me 2007, please. Well, same thing. All it's telling you is you're going to change jobs. Another way this could be interpreted is go find a boss you'd like to marry and go work for him and then marry him.
But that was like 10 pages and you gave me 1 sentence.
That's all right. Well, I'll tell you what. You read all the 10 pages yourself. You can take it home. Take it home with you.
Will I be able to understand it?
Yeah, it's in English.
Well, I think Henry's a very interesting, eloquent guy, and a lot of the things that he says make sense, but I remain skeptical. I think it's a charming concept and it's definitely entertaining, but I wouldn't invest by the stars.
You little bitch of a stock. Now at 2:52 p.m., with an hour to go, I'm down 3,600 on the day. My dream stock for the day is just proven completely worthless. Right here you can see in the afternoon it cracked the day's low at 91.20, went straight to 90.20. So this was a nice little short here, which I got some of. But I still thought the stock was going lower, and right here, this little bump up is where I just got I went short right around here. A little too soon because I covered right here, and this was a $4,000 loss. This is why trading is so tough. I was completely right on the price, but I couldn't handle the pain. I had a $500,000 position, which was a much bigger position than I wanted to take. I just averaged up wrong. And now the stock is acting perfectly. Would have been about a $10,000 profit right now, had I had the balls to hold. Oh, I did today.
There is nothing in Wall Street that rewards you for difficulty. It's one of my great attractions to this business. It rewards sagacious laziness.
Going through my dirty laundry to find a shirt to wear on this big meeting with this billion-dollar babe. And my mom didn't come in and do laundry this weekend, so I got no clean laundry. Here we go. Beautiful. This shirt isn't too wrinkled. You can see what kind of operation I'm running. My suit's just a mess, but it doesn't matter. You know, you can work in your underwear and make more money than somebody with a $5,000 suit. It's all about presentation, and that's not my forte, but trading is, and that's what really matters.
I'm on my way to meet with Tim Sykes. He's a 25-year-old hedge fund manager, up and coming. He sounds very bright. I haven't met with him before, but from what I hear, he's been quite successful.
Sandy is pretty big time. She's in charge of quite a bit of money. I'm gonna get my story out there, and I'm gonna, I don't know, try and get some money out of her, see if she has any contacts, see if she knows anybody. We'll see what she can do. You know, I hear she's a pretty attractive woman, so if I don't get the money, then maybe I can get the girl. Either way, we're gonna have a good lunch and talk about myself, which I'm pretty good at doing. It's my favorite subject. Cheers.
Cheers. Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you. Thank you for meeting me.
So, where were you before? Where did you start out?
From 1999 to 2002, I traded my way from $12,000 to a fully audited pre-tax sum of $1.65 million. So with that...
Are you serious?
100% serious.
And what do you invest in? What's your strategy?
Short selling, short bias, small cap, micro cap. I mean, I'm never going to be more than a $100 million fund. It's tough.
That's your maximum capacity?
Yes.
And why is that?
Because I'm shorting the smallest and most volatile stocks. So A, they're hard to borrow, B, they're volatile as hell, and C, I have no corporate experience.
And you don't have an office, you work from home?
I work from home.
And what do you do like on days when there's no trading?
I usually read. I mean, I can't read fiction. I love nonfiction.
Same.
Really?
Yes.
You should see my library. Yeah, I'm on 46nd and 2nd. This is my neighborhood.
Well, we should have lunch more often.
We should.
I remember when I came in the business, there was a person, he would always say, day traders would never make money, they're ending up, making zero or making very little money. But there's a beautiful thing about this business, you don't depend on anybody, you are who you are, and if you really want to succeed, you can really make it. You make money, you lose money, it doesn't matter. When the life is good, that's the most important thing.
Well, it was a great pleasure to meet you.
No, thank you for meeting with me.
Yeah, it was a great pleasure. I had fun. Thank you for lunch.
No problem.
And everything sounds very intriguing. I'll run it by Bridge Tag, and then I'll be in touch with you, I'd say, within the next week.
Okay, that sounds good. Do I have your card?
I think you do.
I think I don't.
Let me give it to you.
Please, do. I think that was a good meeting. I think I got my point across of what I'm trying to do, and I think I got a date. I don't know. I don't know what to expect. Give me another drink. I only had one drink.
A lot of people don't want to work on Wall Street because it's kind of geographically undesirable in terms of New York City, but this is a pretty cool part of New York. Manhattan grew from the Battery up. And yes, that's why the streets are all so narrow, because they actually used to be cow paths. And Wall Street was, in fact, there was a wall there that kept the Indians, I guess, from attacking the Pilgrims and the Dutch and anybody else that was kind of sequestered in lower Manhattan. Clearly, the stock exchange as an institution is absolutely the cornerstone of capitalism in this country and perhaps the world. I mean, it is the footprint that every democratic country and society in the world has tried to mimic.
Party on the rooftop! Yeah, 46 and second. Let's go to the roof. The roof. There's 5 girls in the bathroom? That's kind of cool. They locked it. What's up? How's it going? How are you? Take off your shirt. You know, I'm really the only one making money of any of my friends, so I feel it's my duty to be the godfather of throwing parties for everybody, or else no one would go out.
Not everybody on Wall Street makes a lot of money.
Disagree. I'm already making more money than every single person here right now.
Almost.
And with the exception of Tim.
Right. I mean, for Christ's sake.
Yo, what's up, buddy?
99% of the best stories I have are with Tim. Typical freshman year story, you know, everybody's cramped up in a tight building, and I just happened to get in a room with this crazy Jewish kid, Tim, who made $500,000 in 1 week. The crowning moment after we made all this money, he's like, let's take the whole dorm out to dinner. So I'm like, are you serious? He's like, yeah, we're going to round up everybody. We're taking them all out to dinner. So here we are, this hodgepodge mess of kids, rolling into a super nice restaurant in Boston. And Tim's like, I got everything. Don't worry about it.
Tim has a lot of potential. I hate to use the word boy wonder because he's not really a boy, but I could see his brilliance right away.
We took a poll and we decided who wants to date Tim.
Wow.
I know he's going places.
I just heard he was great in bed.
Thanks for coming to my party.
Well, when I was like 8 years old, I wanted to come to the States. I can't really say that I was dreaming of Wall Street when I was 8.
Yes! Polka TV. It's the next big thing. Polka, polka, polka. I need my accordion to go polka, polka, polka. Please use that, please.
There's only one bottom line on Wall Street, and that bottom line is how much money you make.
You've got to be smart, you've got to be quick. If you see something, you've got to act upon it. So much opportunity, and you've got to have the edge.
I love my job. We're always bumping and pushing and shoving and shouting at each other. But at the end of this day, we're still comrades in arms.
Greed is ugly. Make as much money as you can so that you can get out of there before it turns you to the dark side.
This means buy. That's sell. My name is John Hanneman, and I'm a commodity floor broker at the COMEX division of the New York Mercantile Exchange. That means I can trade base metals, copper, Ali, I can trade gold, silver, options. Over there they're trading, right now cotton is open, they trade cocoa, they trade sugar, coffee, orange juice. And what you see here, then this row is all metals. Silver, gold, copper. This is what I call my home. And my office, the phones and I have in that booth, some of them go to Paris, some of them go to London, many of them go to Chicago. I do business with scrap dealers, hedge funds, hedge traders, individuals. It's a broad audience that we do business for here. And once you pass the copper ring, now you go to the gold ring, which is what we call the fifth currency in the world, which is very sensitive to the value of the dollar. Further on, you have the silver market, which is more of a commercial market than the gold market. I've been a member since 1970. I'm probably the oldest active commodity floor broker in New York.
My name is Shanaz Hussain and I'm a trader. I'm originally from London and I'm 31 years old. I trade the Shats on the Eurex exchange and I've been doing that for approximately 7 years.
For Shanaz to focus on the Schatz, a specific type of German fixed income security, there's a reason there. It's to sort of hone all the forces you can muster in on one specific security and becoming the expert on how that thing moves, because it's moving all day.
Prime reason I got into finance was the money. I have a goal where I say this is how much money I'd like to make every year, and then I'll break it down to monthly, weekly and daily. I don't try and trade out of my reach. I say, okay, this is what I'm capable of doing. I'm an independent trader, which means I trade my own money. Since I've been trading on my own, I've done pretty well. My returns are pretty high. Unbelievably high. There is a lot of luck involved. Sometimes I'll just go in and make money literally just like that, and I'm like, what did I do? It just happened. But you've got to be smart, because I click trade, so you've got to be able to change your mind very quickly, because that's how the markets react to you. If you see something, you've got to act upon it there and then. You've got to remember there are a lot of other people out there doing the same thing as you. You've got to have the edge.
Hey, how's it going? Oh, things are all right. You know, trading is chugging along, but yeah, I mean, things are going well. It's just going to take a few months to turn around. Yeah. No, we do have this one position that's losing money. It really is a great company, and even though it is down quite a bit off its highs, I mean, the market is complete shite lately. Yeah. No, I really believe the fund has a great future here. It's really all upside from here. Yeah. It's really not as bad as it seems. I know the stock is down, but it's meaningless right now until you see some results. I definitely wouldn't suggest selling right now. Yeah. No, I understand. Okay. Yeah. I'll email it. Yeah, it's in PDF. Just sign it and fax it back to me. That'll be your 30 days notice. You can take it back at any time. You know, I like your money. I like you. All right, I'll email you the form. Okay, bye.
I'm having lunch today with a group of top-notch portfolio managers. They meet on a regular basis to discuss the markets, and I want to ask them their opinions on which qualities to look for in the very best managers.
In this business, 5% of investors know what they're doing, 10% follow the 5%, and 85% have an extremely difficult time.
What do you think are the most important qualities that an individual portfolio manager must have?
It's fortitude and patience, because there's going to be times where you have to be patient, let things play out, and then the ability to take a lot of pain.
Perfect your style. You can make money as a day trader, you can make money as a momentum player, you can make money as a deep value player. You just got to stay with your strengths. I think that's very important.
One of the characteristics that a good money manager needs is an evaluation of management. You have to psychologically understand them and understand their strategy. My favorite companies are those that have bad balance sheets with absolutely crackerjack management. by my analysis. That's where you really make the money, especially when people don't believe them and they trade them down to pennies. You buy it when nobody else wants it, and then all of a sudden you have on your hands a stock which is up, can go up 100, 200, 500 times. Now, they're not easy to find, but the micro cap, the small cap area, that's where the real value is, in my opinion. And I see 250 to 300 CEOs a year that I visit with. You need a contrarian flavor to your thinking process. When everybody says it's bad, that's the time to look at them.
Request that we have dessert.
Very interesting.
He's gonna get his money out, and that sucks. The fund is down about 300 grand this month alone, which is what has got all the investors flipping out because of this position that I took. One time, I went long for a while, and this is the price I'm paying. He's a $250,000 investor, so he's a pretty large investor, and it happens. You know, I've lost investors before. God, he hasn't even lost any money. He's just lost confidence. This is Wall Street. Wall Street is about perception. When you're down this much in 1 month, why trust a 25-year-old working out of his apartment?
Naked short. It may sound pornographic. What it actually refers to is when you sell short a security that you have not properly borrowed. Hence, when you sold it, you were naked. Naked short.
I'm an independent floor broker. I trade copper. One contract of copper is 25,000 pounds. And every time I do a trade, I have to transcribe that on a trading pad with the time, within a minute. That card will be picked up by these people with the yellow jackets down here, and also key punched by my employees who entered into a matching system to make sure we don't have any errors. So everybody knows within 15 minutes the financial integrity of the trade. We're always bumping and pushing and shoving. It gets quite heated. We have very stringent rules on physical altercations here. A couple of weeks ago, we had somebody choking somebody else, and we had them both removed from the floor until we found out, you know, who was the culprit and what caused it. And he'll be very heavily fined. I mean, we're yelling and we're shouting at each other. But at the end of this day, we're still comrades in arms. I mean, it's like family. I would consider this my family.
I'm here waiting for this guy. He raises money for hedge funds, and hopefully he likes my fund enough to raise money for me. Everybody wants the millions, but it's a question of, are you going to get them? Are you worthy of getting any money? Most people think you need a big-time office and big-time employees and big-time technology, and I've proven over the past few years that all you need is a little talent, a little luck, and a little philosophy. But I got to make my case and tell him what I do and make him believe I am worthy.
In manager selection, what do you think I should be looking for?
An independent intellect is what's most important, not a follower. I had a Chinese fellow in the other day, and I wanted to see what this fellow's really made of, you know? And the Chinese are inscrutable. You don't really get that answer just by looking him in the face, right? So I attacked him with an aggressive approach on certain touchy subjects in the economy in China. He got all upset and excited, and I found out what he was made of. And I bought the stock, of course, for my clients. A very sharp, excellent businessman who knows his stuff. And I wouldn't have never found that out just by asking mundane questions without insulting him. But that's what's important, to understand the man. Is this man the right man to do the job? You have to be able to discern what is real information and what is just puff.
I'm not going to trade today. I'm going to attend a seminar. It's called Derivatives World. I'm on my own, so it's important for me to keep up to date with what's going on outside, who my competitors are. I want to catch up with one of the executive board members of the Eurex Exchange. He'll be able to answer some of my questions that I have with regards to the product I trade and the service providers that I use, and I know them personally, so I meet up with them.
So electronic trading, this is what it's all about.
The cool thing is that we can recalculate, it asks you to change the different parameters.
It's a man's world. It definitely is a man's world. It's funny, sometimes I'm out and, you know, just to make myself feel comfortable, and I know I shouldn't have to do this. I mean, you know, I'm not afraid, but at times I just tell people I'm a secretary or a PA because people feel more comfortable talking to me. But then I'll be like, okay, I'm going to tell you what I really do, and it's people just switch off. It's like they don't know how to talk to me. I've had comments like people say to me, oh, I've been talking down to you. You know, they'll say things like that, and I'll say to myself, that's a real stupid thing to say. Like, you're talking down to me, big deal, just talk to me like a person. Back in 2001, a lot of people made money very easily. The markets were very good. Now, there are a lot more players, definitely. I mean, at one point, I was anywhere from 10 to 15% of the volume of that particular contract. Now, I'm lucky if I'm 1%. I've had bad days where I've lost money, where the average person here in the United States would not probably make for 5 years.
So tell me about your strategy.
My strategy, it's short bias. You know, I'm shorting small cap and micro cap stocks just when they run up. You know, there's a lot of manipulation in the micro cap and small cap area, a lot of hype, a lot of retail euphoria. A lot of people get emails and text messages and phone calls the night before saying, oh, buy this stock, it's going up. And they see it going up and they buy the stock. And I look for these inefficiencies to short into these fundamentally flawed companies. It's very unsophisticated, the marketplace that I deal in.
I'm going to see Jim Rogers. He's one of the legendary investors of our times, and he started the Quantum Fund with George Soros in 1973, and for the remainder of the decade, they had an unbelievable return of 4,000%.
Let's go.
Thank you. Wow. This is certainly an entrance. Wow.
Thank you.
This is unique. I've never seen this in New York.
All of this stuff comes from my travels from various places around the world.
You started the legendary Quantum Fund with George Soros in the early 70s and did that for 10 years. Why did you stop doing that? Why did you quit?
One reason I quit was because I didn't want to wake up at age 75 and they would say Rogers was a great investor. That's all he ever did, though. I mean, I wanted to buy my freedom and have the freedom to pursue adventure. So I did a lot of traveling. I motorcycled around the world. Done a couple of those trips, and then the car trip around the world. Oh, we were held hostage. We went through epidemics. We went through wars, blizzards, and deserts. This was not a trip to Atlantic City for the weekend.
You did what most people dream about doing, but they could never afford it, and they could never do it.
The last leg of our trip, in fact, we were coming down from Alaska. We were in Palo Alto, and a guy came running over to us and said, oh my God, this is my dream. He's about 45 years old. He said, I've always wanted to do this, and now you've inspired me. I'm going to do it too. Then he looked at the car, and he said, well, that's a two-seater, isn't it? We said, yeah. He said, you mean 3 years side by side in a two-seater? You were never apart? We said, yeah. He said, my fiance and I set out to drive from Connecticut to California, and we hate each other. He said, we've never spoken to each other since. He said, that bitch got out in Denver, and I didn't even slow down.
How long would it take for you to develop ideas or put money to work? Someone wants to invest $5 or $10 or $20 million.
I mean, you wire me the money, I could have it in my brokerage account next day.
But you'll have the ideas to put it to work.
The ideas are always there. I mean,
they're deep enough.
Yeah, I mean, the ideas are there pretty much every few days.
Who have you targeted? Who your investor base?
I need rich individuals.
Yeah.
That's what I need, and they're the hardest.
Well, you need
to find.
sponsorship. Most of the people I meet are long biased.
Yeah.
So I mean, you're the other extreme, and it's refreshing. We may have people that fit.
Oh, I appreciate it.
Great.
It was good meeting you, though.
You too.
Thank you. I think I got some money from him. I don't know. We'll see. He has my materials. He's talked to me on the phone before. He didn't remember, but this time he saw me in person, made my case. He seemed pretty interested. It could be BS, but I don't know. He's got access to so much capital. All I need is just a little bit of that. Just give me a little access, a little bit, a little taste of his money, you know, and I'm pretty damn happy right now, you know. I'm walking down the street, everyone can sense I'm happy. So look at them, they're all looking at me. Why is he so happy? Why is he so happy? I'm happy, I am. So
You ain't a celebrity.
I'm a celebrity in a bit. I just got $1 million.
September 16th, 1920. It was a bustling morning on the exchange. Just before noon, a horse-drawn wagon pulled to a stop right here on the corner of Wall Street and Broad. Moments later, the wagon blew sky high. The massive explosion killed 40 and ripped into the House of Morgan. You can still see the gouges in the limestone facade.
It is like in a movie.
This is the secret door.
What do you think is the one thing that made you so successful?
I guess it's probably just being skeptical and curious and inquisitive about what's going on in the world, and the willingness or the eagerness to look at things that other people don't look at. If something is very cheap, by definition, people probably are not very interested in it, and nobody's investing in it. And frequently, that's where you find your best opportunities. If there's a change taking place, you don't do it just because nobody's investing there. Commodities was a perfect example. At the end of 1998, everybody giggled when you said commodities or China. They were all drooling and talking about .com. Well, I was looking at commodities in China because I thought that's maybe where things were changing and where there were opportunities. It so happens it was right.
So how do you see China's future?
Extremely bullish on the future of China, yes. The 19th century was the century of the UK. The 20th century was the century of the US. The 21st century is going to be the century of China, whether we like it or not.
Usually I'm in here an hour and 10 minutes before the opening so I can see what's going on in the financial industry and the rest of the world. We can no longer look domestically at the U.S. World events have placed a question mark on the stability of the U.S. dollar and the stability of the Western nations. NYMEX is the largest physical commodity market in the world. I mean, it's just not trading copper. You're trading dollars, you're trading different currencies. Energy has an impact on it. The stock market has an impact on it. And I have a broad array of markets to look at. You have to utilize all those tools. Right now, the demand for copper has been astronomical. Not so much from the US or Europe, but from the Far East. The growth of China, the growth of India, 2.5 billion people living in a part of the world that was third world. Right now, everything that China and India produces, most of it goes to exports. You gotta think though, what's gonna happen when they become the consuming nation? When they start consuming their own products, what happens to the raw goods then? Will there be enough copper in the world? Will there be enough zinc and lead and tin in the world? I mean, this is what makes commodity trading so interesting. This is why every day it's a different ballgame. It's never the same.
Are you Muslim?
Yeah.
Assalamu alaikum.
Where are you from?
London originally, but I'm Pakistani. Sometimes when they hear my accent, they think I'm new and they'll take me around the whole block and run up the meter. And then if they're like either Pakistani or Indian, then it's like, oh, you must know so-and-so in London because I'm related to him. Either that or they'll try and get me married to one of the sons and we're like, you know, I have a son. He looks around your age.
How far do you want to go?
This is perfect. I love New York. I've always believed that the city's paved with gold. So much opportunity and it's up to you to grab it. I feel like I was very sheltered when I moved in. For me personally, I've grown, definitely, and I've met fantastic people here. My mother just about has got to grips with what I do. When I first started, she's like, you know, when you made a bit of money, you should just leave. Don't get too greedy. You know, that will change you as a person. And she's right.
So this is gonna be my new neighborhood. I just signed a lease the other day for a small apartment, an old townhouse built in 1899. I'm looking forward to it because this is definitely a transition for me. Not so much late night partying, more just focus on the business. You know, I'm not really fitting into the corporate structure of investors because they have their little check boxes and, oh, he's under 40. Psh, there goes my chance at getting money. Everything. Period in my life. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, successes and failures, but the key is that I keep learning You know, I'm 25 years old. If I don't make a lot of money for the next 2 or 3 years, but I learn a lot, it's still a win. I could do this for the next 50 years. Great, thank you. I will. I'm pretty optimistic about my future. My organization's so lean, there's not a sense of urgency like there is for most hedge fund managers who have their employees' salaries, you know, the big office. I can wait out times when there's really not many opportunities. Just keep finding connections, keep building the track record. And I'm getting smarter, a little richer, a little fatter every single day. So not to be a cliche, but the future really does look bright.
After a lot of serious consideration, I have decided to leave my company that I've been with for 5 years. There are just so many things that I would like to do, so many ideas that I have that I would like to put into practice, that I have decided to go out on my own. Pretty much everything is in place. Essentially what I'll be doing is primarily raising capital for clients, and I think it should all work out very well. Wall Street has been a very enriching experience for me. I feel that I had the opportunity to grow a lot, and I'm very excited to see what the future holds. I just generally try to be happy, approach everything with a positive attitude. I think that's also one of the prerequisites for Wall Street. Make the most out of the opportunities that you have.
I love my neighborhood. I love it. I did the jig last time. You only get 1 jig per episode.
I tend to swear at times. Bollocks. Mother something I actually learned here.
The guy who has the best tan wins in life. Not the guy who has the most toys wins. The guy who has the best tan wins.
Oh my. Financial muscles, baby.